I'm Anna Troish, and I'm the set designer for Fallen Rocks' production of Rent. This setting of Rent is set in New York during a very specific time when New York really started to shift socially and artistically. It was when everything in New York started to become less about high art and high culture and started to get a little bit more nitty-gritty. Street art started to kind of come about. And so I really wanted to focus on New York during that time and the shift that was going on in the artist community. I started by looking, like I do for most of my designs, into the artists at the time that it was written. And I'm lucky because the artists that were very active during 89, 91, like that time period, were some of my favorites. So Keith Haring is a well-known New York artist who actually died of AIDS. So his lifestyle is very reflective of those that we see captured in Rent. Another one of my favorite artists is Basquiat, and he died of a heroin overdose. And he's like a bohemian artist, and he kind of wandered New York and left his mark. And so I took their art, which inspires me because it's full of color, it's full of life, even though they had these very sad lifestyles. And I tried to put that onto a sculpture, so to say, that the actors can kind of use to their full advantage. The main thing you're going to see when you walk in is the two-dimensional sculpture, which is a pipe and clamp sculpture. So it does have that industrial feel that everyone loves about Rent, but instead of a scaffolding structure, it actually is quite flat. And it's very linear and straight so that it represents the grid lines that you see of New York, like on a map. And then decorated all over it is a bunch of mediums. So you have a bunch of lighting fixtures, you have a bunch of pieces of art, textile things such as construction, fencing, orange construction fencing, papers. It's about finding a lot of beautiful found objects that artists might find in a really urban setting and making them into something beautiful.